Okay, first off, the fact that I didn't know this place even existed until recently is mind-blowing. The history and culture here are second to none, and it didn't have the crowds that you expect to see in other Spanish cities. We had 4 days here with our kids as a part of our month-long Spanish adventure. Tarragona was our second last stop. Here's a list of 6 things you'll want to check out if you're visiting with kids. Number 1. Stroll the Rambla, or jog. This is a fantastic, mostly pedestrian street dotted with numerous shops and restaurants, perfect to grab a drink, a coffee, or an ice cream. It has a lot of statues, fountains, and at the end you can find fantastic views from the Mediterranean balcony. Number 2. Explore the old city. Okay, I'll admit, I love a good old city, but this one is the best one so far. Around every corner is something else to discover. Tarragona has done such a fantastic job of protecting its culture and history. From the old city walls to the nearly 1,000-year-old Tarragona Cathedral, you could spend an entire day here and find something new. The kids were interested to learn of old city ruins right under our feet and wanted to explore all of it. Which brings us to number 3, the Archaeological Hike.
Right there.
This cost €5 per adult, and the kids were free.
Is that?
But you could buy a combination of this hike, the Roman theater, and the old Roman circus, which we opted for. More history, more better. Yes, believe it or not, our kids loved exploring all the hidden stuff left over from the Romans. The Archaeological Hike takes you around the outside of the city wall, covering its history as well as the history of the city. We did this in late afternoon, which I don't recommend in the summer, as you'll have a lot of sun and not a lot of option for shade. Either way, bring lots of water and some snacks. Number 4, Roman Amphitheatre. We bought the ticket for this one while we were at the Archaeological Walk, but when we arrived there the next day, we found that the majority of the site was closed for improvements. We got to check it out from the outside and read a little bit about it before heading off to number 5, Circ Roma. This is a full experience that Eli and Maya were so interested in. Lots of arches, underground tunnels, and vaults. The history here is too much to go into in this video, so I'll put a link with more information in the description below. The experience takes you past a lot of old artifacts and ends with a climb to the top of one of the towers, which has an incredible view of the old city, Mediterranean, and the suburbs of the city past the wall. I'm happy we did this on our last day because by then we understood a little more about the history of Tarragona, which helped us appreciate even more the ruins as well as the panoramic view. Number 6. Get out and snorkel at Playa del Miracle. We brought our snorkels because we knew we'd be visiting a lot of beaches, and finally we found a beach that made it worth it. Along the rock wall you'll find schools of fish that were more numerous than most other snorkeling adventures. The beaches weren't too busy, the sand was soft, and the water was warm. If you're in the area and don't have any equipment, Tarragona Diving Center is just off the beach. Here are a couple tips if you're visiting Tarragona. The siesta is real here. Many restaurants will close at 3 or 4 and won't open again until 8 p.m. So make sure you have a plan to keep from getting too hungry. Tip 2. You might be tempted to do a day trip from Barcelona, and this is popular, but there is so much to see and experience here. We had 4 days and we're already planning to go back and see some things we missed. Tip 3. If you're getting a train to or from Barcelona, go to Tarragona Estación, not Camp Tarragona. That train station is in the middle of nowhere. And pay attention. No need for electronics or books. This is one of the most scenic train rides I've ever taken. If you have the option, sit on the water side. The views are breathtaking. Are you planning a trip to Tarragona, Spain with your kids? If you have any questions about visiting this fantastic city with your family, leave them in the comments below. We have one more stop in Spain. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. See you next time.